Hey everyone, it's MaKenzi. I hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. I miss seeing all of you guys in class every Tuesday and Thursday. You guys know that I love a good PowerPoint presentation and I really tried to do it, but unfortunately I don't have the equipment or the space to have it on my TV and be talking at the same time. So I'm just going to be reading to you from my PowerPoint presentation, and I'll send a copy of it to Dr. Journey. So if you want to look at it, that's cool, but you'll probably be getting all the same information from this video as you would from the PowerPoint presentation. So without further ado, here is my tax research project. A couple of facts I was given in my case. So my client Jason was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and his fibromyalgia flares up at work due to his boss Sheila. I guess fibromyalgia is worsened when someone undergoes stress, and Sheila clearly causes Jason a lot of stress at work. Jason's doctor recommends that he take a temporary leave of absence at work due to this little flare-up he's having, and because of this, Sheila fires Jason. And Jason said, "No, you can't fire me for that." So he sues Sheila, and a settlement was made for wrongful discharge for the following. Jason received back wages, attorney fees, and $50,000 as non-employee compensation. So our main issue at hand here, what we're trying to figure out, is what amounts of Jason's settlement are included in gross income and what amounts are excluded, if any at all. And I thought the best way to approach my analysis was to break it down into the three parts. So the back wages, the non-employee compensation, as well as the attorney fees. So I'll first be covering the relevant code sections for the back wages as well as the non-employee compensation. So a couple relevant code sections. We know section 61A, which is gross income, is all income from whatever source derived, and we've heard this a lot of times. This is something that's engraved in our brains, but it goes a little further to say in section 61A, compensation for services, including fees, commissions, fringe benefits, and similar items are included in gross income. Section 415C3A says participants' compensation means the compensation of the participant from the employer for the year. Some other documents for my analysis for the back wages, we have a publication from the IRS, publication 957, says all back pay, whether or not under a statute, is wages if it is considered payment for covered employment. All back pay is treated as wages paid in the year. And Regulation 1.415 says back pay is compensation within the meaning of Section 415C3, which I just covered a second ago, for the limitation year to which the back pay relates. A couple of other documents for the non-employee compensation. We have U.S. Tax Court Case 96-1 that says amounts received by a former employee in a settlement of wrongful discharge claim were not excludable from income because the amount was based on contractual versus tort type rights. So in this case, he's not getting this compensation for unlawful discrimination or anything like that. He's simply getting this compensation for work that he would have been performing under a contractual basis. So both of these things he would file on his gross income, and this non-employee compensation is filed on Form 1099 because it's considered independent contract work, self-employment, and it's a separate type of income. So then we have the attorney fees. For the relevant code section, we have section 212-2, and this states deductions are allowed for all the ordinary and necessary expenses, another thing we hear all the time, paid or incurred during the year for the production and collection of income. So collection's a really important word here in my analysis because the attorney fees were necessary, ordinary and necessary expenses for Jason to collect his wages from his employer. These were expenses that he had to incur in order to receive these back wages and in order to receive the non-employee compensation. So in this case, he can deduct the attorney fees. So you might be thinking, what about the fibromyalgia? Well, it's not even really relevant in this case because the settlement was made for wrongful discharge, not because of any physical sickness or injury that he got on the job. There was no workman's comp given, anything like that. So that's completely irrelevant to the case. What's relevant is that he was wrongfully discharged and he received those amounts. So when I was doing my analysis, I was basing it off of the reasoning for him getting discharged and the reason for the settlement, and the fibromyalgia wasn't the reason. It was wrongful discharge, and so that helped me perform my analysis. So in conclusion, all of the amounts are included in gross income, and the attorney fees can be deducted as a 4 AGI expense. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in class, or I guess we're in class right now, maybe watching this. I don't really know. Bye!